So hello everyone. So today in the session we are here to discuss about how the grouping of cells is done in the K-map. Okay. So first we will see the first important point regarding the mapping of cells. Okay. In the K-map, remember that always the adjacent cells should be grouped. Okay. Always the adjacent cells. What is adjacent? Adjacent is nothing but those two cells, or else what are the cells you are going to group, those should be lie side by side and they should satisfy the folding property. Okay, they should satisfy the folding property. Okay, the cells which satisfy the folding property are called as adjacent cells, and between these adjacent cells only you should perform the principle or the operation of grouping. Okay, and the main thing you need to remember is the grouping should be done only among 2 power n number of cells. Okay, so what is 2 power n? Suppose if you substitute n is equal to 1, then you will get 2 cells. If you substitute n equal to 2, you will get 4 cells. If you substitute n equal to 3, you will get 8 cells. And just nothing but 2 power of 1, 2 power of 2, 2 power of 3, and 2 power of 4, like that. Okay, whenever you are uh, starting the concept of grouping, you should remember that always you should map only 2 power n number of cells. You should group only 2 power n number of cells. That means either you can group 2 cells. If 2 is not possible, you should not go for 3. Why? Because 3 is not in the format of 2 power n. Okay, 2. If 2 is not there, directly go for 4. If 4 is not possible, directly go for 8. If 8 is not possible, directly go for 16. Like that, you should verify only 2 power n number of cells. Right? For suppose, if you group 2 adjacent cells, okay, 2 adjacent cells. If you group 2 adjacent cells in a K-map, you call that condition as a pair. Very, very important. What is a pair? In a K-map, if you group 2 adjacent cells, it is called as a pair. Likewise, if you group 4 adjacent cells, then it is called as a quad. It is called as a quad. Suppose if you group 8 number of cells, 8 adjacent cells, it is called as an octet. Okay, these are the 3 important definitions you need to remember. One is if you map or if you group 2 adjacent cells, the word adjacent is very, very important here. Adjacent. Until unless they are adjacent, you cannot call them as pair, you cannot call them as quad, you cannot call them as octet. Okay, 2 adjacent cells, then only it is called as a pair. 4 adjacent cells, then only it is called as a quad. 8 adjacent cells, then only it is called as an octet. Okay, why? Because we are dealing with the concept of 2 power n. Okay, always you should have 2 power n number of cells. Okay, clear? Now this pair will cancel a single number of variable in K-map. Why? Because it is in the form of 2 power 1, where this power 1 indicates the number of variables to be cancelled. And what is quad? It is 2 square. Why? Because 4 cells are grouping. So 2 square. 2 square means in power we will have 2. That's why 2 variables are cancelled. And octet means 8. 8 means 2 cube. So 3 variables can be cancelled here. Okay. A pair can cancel 1 variable in K-map. A quad can cancel 2 variable in K-map. Likewise, an octet can cancel 3 variable in K-map. Okay. These are the important basic points you need to remember. Okay. Next. Now, our task is to identify how a pair can exist, how an octet can exist, and how a quad can exist. So, for example, we will start with a basic K-map. This is an 1 variable K-map, or you can call as a 2 cell K-map. Okay, it is an 1 variable K-map or 2 cell K-map. Now, here the task is to observe first one, how many number of cells are there in the K-map. Second one, how many pairs can we form in this K-map. Next, how many quads can be formed through this K-map. And last one is how many octets can be formed through this K-map. These are the 4 basic observations we need to observe for each and every K-map. Now, if you observe here, the number of cells is 2. This is the first cell, this is second cell. Total we have 2 cells. Therefore, the number of cells is equal to 2. Okay, right? Next, number of pairs. What is a pair? 2 adjacent cells to be grouped. See, this 0th cell is adjacent to 1 cell. These 2 are adjacent to each other. Why? Because these satisfy the folding property. Okay, these are lying side by side to each other. So 0, 1 can be taken as one pair. Okay, so we are having only 2 cells. Those 2 cells that we have took as a pair. So directly we'll have only one pair in the K-map. So you will have only one pair. Next, how many quads we have? See, what is my quad? Quad in the sense you should have 4 cells. Quad means 4 cells should be there. But in our K-map, we are having only 2 cells. We are having only 2 cells. 4 cells are not there. So there is no possibility of occurring an quad. Okay. In this K-map, one variable K-map or 2 cell K-map, the number of quads will be 0. Why? Because we are having only 2 cells. But for quad, we need 4 cells. So no possibility of occurring quads. If quad is not there in the sense, obviously octet will be also not there. So octets will be also 0. Okay. This is the information regarding one variable K-map or 2 cell K-map. Now we will see the next one. What is this? This is an 2 variable K-map or 4 cell K-map. Right? Here also the same condition. What are the observations you need to do? First, you need to observe how many cells are there and how many pairs can be formed, how many quads can be formed, how many octets can be formed. Okay. So by seeing the diagram itself, it is very clear for us. We are having total 4 number of cells. This is first cell, second, third, 4. Total we are having 4 cells. Okay. So the number of cells is equal to 4. Now number of pairs. What is a pair? 2 adjacent cells. See, these 2 can form one pair. These 2 can form one pair. These 2 can form one pair. And these 2 can form one pair. Okay, right? So 0, 1 can act as a pair. 1, 3 can act as a pair. 3, 2 can act as a pair. 0, 2 can act as a pair. So total we are having 4 different types of pairs in this K-map. Okay, right? So number of pairs is equal to 4. Now, number of quads. What is meant by quad? Quad in the sense you should have 4 cells. Already I am having 4 cells here. All these 4 cells can be combinedly grouped as an one quad. Why? Because 0 is adjacent to 1, 1 is adjacent to 3, 3 is adjacent to 2, and 2 is adjacent to 0. So all the 4 cells present in the K-map are adjacent to each other. So at a time directly I can group like this and I can write like as a quad. So number of quads is equal to 1. Right? Now number of octets. So in order to have octet, I need 8 cells. But in the given diagram, we are having only 4 cells. So octet is not possible here. So 0 octets. Fine. This is the information regarding 2 variable K-map. Now we will go 3 variable K-map. So these are the cell numbers given, right? It is a 3 variable K-map, or you can call it as an 8 cell K-map. Okay, or you can call it as an 8 cell K-map. Now the first observation is number of cells. Same, these four will be same. Okay, first number of cells. By seeing the diagram itself, it is clear that we are having 8 cells. Now, how to find the pairs? So, see carefully. I will write blue color for pairs. 0, green color. 0, 1 for a pair. 1, 3 is one pair. 3, 2 is one pair. Next, 4, 5 is one pair. 5, 7 is one pair. 7, 6 is one pair. Now, 2, 6 is one pair, and 3, 7 is one pair. 1, 5 is one pair, and 0, 4 is one pair. Right? And by using folding property, this 0th cell and this Z2 cell number 0 and cell number 2 can be formed as a pair by folding property. Likewise, cell number 4 and cell number 6 can be act as a pair. So totally count how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? 11. And we will have one more extra here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total we will have 12 cells. Okay, 12 pairs we will have. Okay, total we will have 12 pairs. Okay, again see here, what are the 12 pairs? Carefully observe. 0, 1 is one pair. 1, 3 is one pair. 3, 2 is one pair. Next, 4, 5 is one pair. 5, 7 is one pair. Next, 7, 6 is one pair. So top 3, bottom 3, 6 we got. Next, come vertical. 2, 6 is one pair. 3, 7 is one pair, and 1, 5 is one pair. Here 0, 4. So by folding property, 0, 2 also act as a pair, and 4, 6 also act as a pair. So when you count all these, you will have 12 pairs. Okay, you will have 12 pairs. Okay, now pairs completed. Now quads. So I will change with red color. Observe clearly the quad. See, all the 4 cells present in the first row, all the 4 cells in the first row will form one quad. Why? Because 0, 1, 3, 2, all these 4 cells are, okay, 0, 1, 3, 2, all these 4 cells are lying adjacent to each other, so that all these 4 cells in the first row can act as an quad. 0, 1, 3, 2 is one quad. Likewise, all the 4 cells present in the second row also act as a quad. 4, 5, 7, 6. So 0, 1, 3, 2, that means the first row entirely can called as a one quad. Likewise, the second row also can act as a quad. So 2 quads are there. Plus 0, 1, 5, 4. It will be one quad. 1, 5, 7, 3. It is one quad. 3, 7, 6, 2. It is one quad. Total you will have 3 internally. Next, by folding property, 2, 6 and 0, 4 can be act as one quad. So plus 1. So when you add this, you will get 6 as the answer. So totally you will get 6 types of quads in the 3 variable K-map. Okay, number of quads equal to 6. Okay, what are those? The topmost row entirely can be act as a quad. The bottom row can entirely act as a quad. Next, 0, 1, 5, 4. It is one quad. 1, 3, 7, 5. It is one quad. 3, 2, 6, 7. It is one quad. Next, by folding property, 2, 6. Here 0, 4. These two can be combinedly called as one quad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this half combinedly called 1. So it is 6. Totally we have 6 quads. Right? Now we need to go for octet. Octet means 8 ones should be present. 8 ones, sorry, 8 cells to be grouped. So see here, all these 8 cells are one each other. All the 8 cells are adjacent to each other. Yes, they are adjacent to each other. So you can combine all the cells at a time as a one octet. So you will have number of octets is equal to 1 in the 8 cell K map. So this is about your 3 variable K map or 8 cell K map. Now, very important one and very it look like confusing, but if you understand clearly, it is easy. Okay, same. The name is 4 variable K map or 16 cell K map, and the observations will be same. First number of cells equal to 16 by observing the same diagram starting from 0. Okay, see, starting from 0 and ending from 15. Total you will have 16 cells in your K map. Next, number of pairs. Carefully observe. I am writing with blue color the pairs. See, 0, 1, 1, 3, 3, 2. Like that, 4, 5, 5, 7, 7, 6. Next, 12, 13, 13, 15, 15, 14, 8, 9, 9, 11, 11, 10. So, horizontal is completed. Now, vertical, 0, 4, 1, 5, 3, 7, 2, 6, 4, 12, 5, 13, 7, 15, 6, 14, 12, 8, 13, 9, 15, 11, 14, 10. So for each and every row we are having 3. So 3 into 4, 12. 12 horizontal, 12 vertical pairs we will get. Now by folding property, 0 and 2 is one pair, 4, 6 is one pair, 12, 14 is one pair, 8, 10 is one pair. Total you will have 4 extra. Again, 0 and 8 will be one pair, 1, 9 will be one pair, 3, 11 will be one pair, and 2, 10 will be one pair. You will have 4 more extra. Okay, these 24 are your internal pairs, and these 8 are your folding property pairs. Add all these, what you will get? 32 you will get. So total number of pairs that can be exist in a 16 cell K map is 32. Very, very important. 32. Okay, clear? Next. Next, my task is to find how many quads. So I will change the green color. Observe the quads. Okay. See, all the rows, all the 4 cells present in the first row is one quad. Second row entirely is one quad. Third row entirely is one quad. Fourth row entirely is one quad. Like that. First column entirely is one quad. Second column entirely is one quad. Third column entirely is one quad. Fourth column entirely is one quad. Total we have 8. Plus, see here, plus, so I will erase this or else I will change the color. Okay, plus 0, 1, 5, 4, 1 quad, 1, 3, 7, 5, 1 quad, 3, 2, 6, 7, 1 quad. Likewise, 4, 5, 13, 12, 1 quad, 5, 7, 15, 13 is 1 quad, 7, 6, 14, 15 is 1 quad. Now, 12, 13, 9, 8, 1 quad, 13, 15, 11, 9 is 1 quad, 15, 14, 10, 11 is 1 quad. Total we are having 9 extra. Now, By folding property, these two and these two will be one quad. These two and these two cells will be one quad, and these two and these two will be one quad. So again we have three extra. Likewise, top also. These two and these two will be one quad. Next, these two and these two will be one quad, and these two and these two will be one quad. Again, we will have three extra. Okay. Now, there will be one important, very important quad. What is that? Is all the four corners. That means 0, 2, 10, 8. Okay, four corner cells combinedly form one quad. Very important. 16 cell K-map. All the four cells present in four corners will combinedly form one quad. That is the important point you have to remember. Okay, all the four cells present in four corners of 16 cell K-map only can form a quad. Only 16 cell K-map. In no other K-map will be done here. Okay, in 16 cell K-map, all the four corners, all the four cells present in the corners will form a quad. Okay, so when you add these, what you will get here? 10, 18, 18 plus 6 will get 24. So the number of quads in a 16 cell K-map is 24. It is also very important. Okay, right? Next, finally, we need to draw the number of octets. Octets means 8 cells. So see here, it is one octet, and this is one octet. This is one octet. Likewise, it is one octet. It is one octet. It is one octet. Totally 6 internally. Next, this last column with first column will be one octet. Likewise, last row with the first row entirely will form one octet. Totally, you will have 8 types of octets in 16 cell K-map. Okay, this is the relevant important information regarding these 4 different types of cells. Okay, clear? Now we will come across a simple concept, which is nothing but illegal grouping. So when you can say it as illegal grouping in K-map in the sense, suppose if it is like this in a K-map, the first condition you have to remember is when odd number of cells are grouped. When odd number of cells. What is odd number of cells? Suppose for example 3 cells, 5 cells, 7 cells. Like that if you group, then this condition will be reflecting the concept of illegal grouping. Okay, so when in a K-map, if odd number of cells are grouped, that is called as illegal grouping. And what is the second condition? If diagonal cells are grouped, if diagonal cells are grouped, diagonal cells. Diagonal cells means the cells which are lying in crisscross method. Okay, if diagonal cells are grouped, then also you call it as an illegal grouping. So illegal grouping can be exist in two different conditions. What is first condition? If odd number of cells are grouped. Okay, what is odd number of cells are grouped means? See here 3 ones are grouped. That means 3 cells are grouped at a time. So 3 cells are grouped means it is an odd number. What is 3? 3 is an odd number. So odd number of cells are grouped. So this is the first condition example, right? See, here also we are making 3 cells as a group. So this is also example of first condition. Then see here, these two are grouped which are diagonal to each other. Okay, when you see this, these two cells are diagonally each other. So when you group this type of grouping, it is also an illegal grouping. This is the example for the second statement, diagonal grouping. See, right? These two are the examples for the first statement, and these two are the examples for the second statement. Okay, so when you observe these two types of statements in any K-map, when you observe these two types of statements in any K-map, then you can perfectly say that it is an illegal grouping. And you remember that illegal grouping should not be done in K-map. Very, very important point. The illegal grouping should not be done in the K-map. If at all, if it is found in K-map, it should be avoided. Okay, illegal grouping should not be done in K-map. It should be avoided by the users. Okay, what is illegal grouping means? When you group odd number of ones like this, odd number of cells in a K-map. When you group odd number of cells in a K-map, then it is called illegal grouping. As well as when you group diagonal cells in a K-map, it is called as illegal grouping. Okay, illegal grouping exists in two different conditions. The first condition is when you group odd number of cells in a K-map. And second condition is when diagonal cells of a K-map are grouped. When these two conditions came into exist, then it is called as an illegal grouping. And a very, very important point is illegal grouping should not be done in the K-map. Okay, illegal grouping should not be done in the K-map, and that should be avoided. Okay, so by this, the concept of grouping regarding K-map is completed. Okay, so till now we have learned how to identify number of input variables and how to find out how many cells are required, and we have learned how to plot the K-map, and now today we learned how to group the cells in the K-map, and in the next video we will learn how to write the answer for grouped cells. Okay, so we are in the last step now. After grouping, the final step is writing the final expression. And writing the final expression of the K-map, we will see in the next video, and that will be the last step for us. Okay, so I hope this session is understandable by you, and please practice them. How to identify the pairs, how to identify the quads in a K-map. So in the previous K-map, sorry, in the previous slide, once if you observe here clearly, see the value is present here. See, number of pairs equal 32. It means that in a 16 cell K-map, we have 32 different types of pairs. Okay, a pair can exist in 32 types or 32 different types. Okay, likewise, a quad can exist in 24 different ways in a 16 cell K-map. An octet can exist in 8 different ways in a 16 cell K-map. So this is the information what we are showing here. Okay, pairs 32 in the sense 32 different types of pairs is existing in this K-map. Octets 8 means 8 different types of octets can be formed by using this K-map. That is the information which is representing here. Okay, so you learn how to analyze the pair, how to form a pair, how to form a quad by practicing. You take an empty K-map like this and you start finding out the different types of pairs. Okay, 32 pairs is there means you should have 32 pairs here. So 0 comma 1 is one pair, 1 comma 3 is one pair, 3 comma 2 is one pair, like that you should have 32 pairs. Likewise 24 quads, likewise 8 octets you should get from this K-map. Okay, if you practice that, then it will be very easy for you to remember and to analyze the entire operation. So why I am stressing these means, if you are familiar with finding the number of pairs and number of quads and number of octets in a K-map, then that finding of the pairs, quads and octets will help you to reduce the number of terms in the final expression, so that you will be able to write the minimized expression in a K-map. Okay, until unless you learn how to identify the pairs, quads and octets, you cannot write the answer. You cannot write the minimized expression. Okay, fine. So I hope today's session is clear for you, and you can practice them very clearly, and we will see the next step. What is that? Simplification of the expression by using these quads, octets, and base in the next video. Okay, we will meet in the next session. Thank you and have a nice day.